Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 5 action of the Men's Premier League here, live from Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. It's a 4 o'clock kickoff, and we have Port Darwin Football Club taking on CASUARINA FC. It's one that's sure to be entertaining, that's for sure. Second plays 5th at the moment. The Rowdies on your screen there, occupying second spot on the Men's Premier League table. Of course, narrow exit on Tuesday in the Australia Cup at the hands of University of Zurich. Of course, they kicked off round 5 as road safety round with a win last night against Hellenic Athletic Club, 5-4. That's an indication of how this round will continue. It's certainly going to be an entertaining one. And if 2022 has any indication of how proceedings may go, it might not be an enjoyable one for Port Darwin. The Rowdies playing this Port Darwin outfit 3 times in season 2022, and all 3 times came away with a victory. Game 1, 3-0, game 2, 3-2, so that one was a much larger contest in regards to competition, and game 3 was a 5-0 win to the side on your screens at the moment. So a lot to do if you're a Port Darwin player. There is Colin Hapgood there on your screens, a man who certainly knows how to find the back of the net for the Wharfies. Be looking to do so this afternoon. Will be Port Darwin to get us kicked off and underway, and they'll be going right to left on your screens. New players in goals for both sides as well. For CASUARINA, looks like Danilo de Lemos in goals, and for Port Darwin, Harrison Schultz as well. So Hapgood will get us kicked off just past 4 p.m. local time in what feels about 28 degrees at the moment. Referee in the centre there, Albert Kraus, ready to get us underway. And off we go. Port Darwin get things kicked off. Comes back to Rivero. Looks out wide for Jacob Gittins. Further wide out there, Schlemmer. Back to Jacob Gittins of Port Darwin. Goes down the line, and a deflection there off a Rowdies player. So out for a Port Darwin throw. Gittins inside, looks to find Compone and got a touch onto it as well. In a wide position. Braden McLennan there for the Rowdies. Is able to mop it up and go back down the line. Deflection on the way through, so Rowdies throw. Thrown back in for McLennan. Now McLennan advancing forward to Quillan Tran. Inside finds Aiden DaCosta Pereira, and he now has a Scott Janes in a wide position inside. First time for Mark Casemiro, trying to come away from Rivero. It's still here with Mark Casemiro. Back to Janes, cross into the box. Finding Robertson. Pokes it back here for Andrade. DaCosta Pereira to Andrade. Cut off by Schlemmer there, and he moves it forward. Matthias Choque, now Alejandro Diaz. Wider here, Luca Compone. Now Alejandro Diaz against Thomas. Diaz comes forward, looks inviting, and De Lemos will come out and quell that. Puts it out wide, doesn't concede the corner. Matthias Choque looks to continue, skillfully done by the forward. Gets the cross into the box. Thomas heads away. This will fall well for DaCosta Pereira. Comes forward with possession. O'Shea, skipper for Port Darwin, gets to it. That's Mazzaresi. Gittins. Forward here, given away straight to Andrade. Camero, he gives possession away equally to Gittins. Now Schlemmer. He looks wide, and he's found Alejandro Diaz in space. And he can advance forward here, away from Vong, and there's Thomas for the Rowdies, collects possession. Camero Wide for Vong. Nice tackle by Alejandro Diaz. Vong might get to this ball first, though. Diaz stolen it back. Down the wing here. Alejandro Diaz cuts it back inside. Gets the contact off Vong and goes out of play for corner kick. James Vong there. Coming into the side. A number of changes to this outfit after Tuesday's disappointment. Maybe just rotating the bodies, it seems. Corner for the Wolfies. It comes in a dangerous area. Company takes a touch. Robertson gets to it. Comes away with possession as well, Tim Robertson. Tiscornia chasing hard. Robertson still with possession. Gets his pass wide. Finds Mark Casemiro. Tiscornia getting back there, trying to leap out at Casemiro, it seemed. Now James. Further wide for Aiden de Costa Pereira. To come away from Schlemmer, not quite successful. Declan O'Shea hoofs it out. Now Colin Hapgood. Schlemmer. His ball inside, just given away aimlessly there. Thomas to Vong. To Lemos. To Camero. Now Quinlan Tran. McLennan. Andrade. Back to McLennan. Cross here finds Thomas. So forward, Gittins gets the header wide. Schlemmer there as well. Comes inboard. Facundo Mazzaresi. Back out wide, and Eric Schlemmer couldn't quite take it on in his stride, and so it goes out of play for a throw. Quinlan Tran, much welcomed addition into the Rowdies outfit. Very strong defender in the side last season. Playing his first Premier League game of 2023, I believe. As now Andrade has possession, look to be given away here. Alejandro Diaz for Port Darwin might cut in here. Uses momentum to come away from Andrade. Still with Diaz. He looks forward to come past McLennan, and De Lemos is off his line and is able to gather it. Rolls it wide to Tran. Now Ethan Camara. Opened the scoring Tuesday night. A quite composed, technical finish. McLennan. Late substitute on Tuesday. Now Thomas. A good partnership with Van Lingen Tuesday evening, and now McLennan with a searching ball. Headed wide by Tiscornia, and so it will just be surrendered into touch. Casuarina throw as they advance forward down the pitch. In the hands of Vong. James Vong surges inside and he finds the opposite 11 in Tiscornia. He gets it down the line, and now Alejandro Diaz coming forward. He goes further wide. Will come to a oncoming Matias Choque and looks for an option inside. Instead, it only presents out wide. Diaz. Tiscornia. Rivero. Searches wide. Finds Diaz. Touches away from Camero. Matias Choque. Hapgood gets put to ground, and referee decides it's a free kick. Coming in straight away, looking for Schlemmer, and not a bad move there by the Wolfies, just couldn't quite get to that extended ball. De Lemos, quick goal kick. Thomas to McLennan. Now Bo Thomas. Forward it goes. Cut out by Company. Gets a touch there onto it by Tim Robertson. Enough to bring him to ground. So free kick for Port Darwin. Kundo Mazarezi with possession. Scornia approaches it though. Perhaps he'll take it and drive it towards goal from distance. De Lemos certainly rose above if it was to dip any further down, but no danger presented there. He goes forward. Compane picks it off, only to the advantage of the Rowdies. Vong just lets it go out of play. Yeah, throw in. Compane with the header. And Diaz looked to try and keep it in, but it was already out. Vong looks down the line. Touch on there by Companat, and the Rowdies will continue with possession. Vong down, looking for Casemiro. Rivero gets to the header. It's able to put it out into touch. Thrown back in by Vong. For James, finds the forward. Diaz gets to it. Control possession back here for the Wharfies. Spins to Scornia. Cheeky dink forward. Works well for the moment. And come away Companat with possession. Evades one. Mazarezi, pressure being put under him. Advantage called. Rivero goes wide. Kept alive here. Diaz combines with Tiscornia. His ball forward, looking for an option, but McLennan gets to it. Camero, Thomas, Robertson. Now Braden McLennan. Further wide, coming out to Quinlan Tran. He takes control, able to keep it in. Quinlan Tran lines up with a crossed ball inside, and DeCosta Pereira is signalled offside, so no Rowdies danger there. Declan O'Shea there, the skipper. Thought about the long ball, halted for a moment. Eventually will hoof it long. They've given it away to Ethan Camero. Jacob Andrade there in space. Vong takes possession and comes forward. Looking to put it in a good area, but it's given away. Mazarezi to Gittins. Further wide it goes. Eric Schlemmer can take possession. Quinlan Tran cuts it out for the moment. Jacob Andrade. Here's Mark Casemiro. They're going to come away from a couple. Companat trying to get in there as well. Rivero with a challenge there. Play on, says the referee. Diaz. Port Darwin enter their attacking half. Alejandro Diaz still looking to play it inside for Matias Choque. McLennan coming across to Quinlan Tran. DeCosta Pereira. He is fouled there. And pleading that he got the ball there, Gittins, but DeCosta Pereira put to ground. So free kick to CASUARINA. Taken quickly. Camero. Robertson. Back to Ethan Camero. DeCosta Pereira. Camero comes across to Thomas. An option wider to him. It's Vong. Takes the touch. Looks to come back inside for Camero. Composed to find Thomas. Thomas goes back. Looking for De Lemos. Finds him. Now McLennan. Braden McLennan. Scott James. Quinlan Tran. Braden McLennan. Ethan Camara. Robertson. Back to McLennan now. Quinlan Tran to Robertson. Here is Jacob Andre. Found in a pocket of space. Comes out to Aiden DeCosta Pereira. Now Quinlan Tran. Braden McLennan. Robertson. To Quinlan Tran again. DeCosta Pereira gets there first. His searching ball come across to O. Thomas. Central for Mark Casemiro. Flick on looking for Vong out wide. Finds him and Vong returns it back into the direction of Bo Thomas. In there for Andre. Back to Thomas. And Andre again. Spins away beautifully from Diaz. And he looks down the line. Picked off momentarily. And there is a free kick. No advantage called. There was a spin maneuver there that referee acknowledges. Can't profit from the advantage, so it will come back. And Ethan Camara can absolutely play a dangerous ball into the box. See if one comes off now. Camaro inside, picked off there by Tiscornia. Second time Camara, but he takes it down there for the Wharfies. It's now Mazaresi with possession. Looking wide. Habgood, unfortunately, going to ground. Now McLennan to Camara. Robertson. Looking to send it wide here. Aiden DeCosta Pereira. Tim Robertson. Now Quinlan Tran. Scott Janes looking for the flick on for DeCosta Pereira. Eventually finds that way. Scott Janes now with possession. His crossed ball a little too wide. No evident danger being presented there. It'll just trail out of play for a goal kick. No danger to Schultz's goal. First game, if I could be corrected on that, for the men's Premier League side. So looking to put in a good performance. Retain his spot. Rory Hood has been the goalkeeper in net for the Wharfies so far this season. So giving off to Harrison Schultz for the afternoon as Schlemmer takes possession, coming away from Tran. Looking to play it out, but they concede possession. Company. Play on, says the referee. Looks wide for Alejandro Diaz. Finds him. Further on here for Matthias Choque. Away from Thomas. Skillfully done from Matthias Choque. Left-footed cross, and Thomas read that one like an open book. And he's able just to play it out into touch. Behind for a corner kick. Dangerous here when they want to be. O'Shea not committed forward to this one. Choque, Diaz, Hapgood, a lot of targets for Tiscornia to hit. And comes the delivery. And it hits the roof of the net, unfortunately. So just a goal kick. Quickly taken by Delemos. Scott Janes came deep to receive, and he can come forward now. Further wide, looking for Aiden DeCosta Pereira. Janes again. And he combined, blocked off by O'Shea, looking to assert his physical presence. Pokes it out, but here is Vong. Now Ethan Camaro. Looks further wide. Quinlan Tran. Now McLennan. Back to Quinlan Tran. Bo Thomas. Direct ball, finds Robertson, looking for a curler to Janes, and just a little too far in front of the forward. Picked up by Schultz, and kicked long. Now Tran. Bo Thomas. Here is Andre. Rowdy's looking to create the spaces, find the gaps and expose the Wolfies' defence, but they've been resolute so far, Port Darwin. Clennet, across to Thomas. Thomas looking for Camero. His pass is straight. Alejandro Diaz. Central ball finds Jacob Gittins. Declan O'Shea. Agustin Rivero. Declan O'Shea. Wide ball here, looking for Schlemmer. Gets the touch in with Gittins and pokes it in front for Schlemmer. Just doesn't work out. McLennan. Still with CASUARINA here. Bo Thomas, stand-in skipper this afternoon with possession. Wide for Vong. He looks down the line, looking for Mark Casemiro. Coming in there's Tiscornia. Robertson competing. Companat picked off by Rivero. Now it is Alejandro Diaz coming down this line. Looking to advance forward. Alejandro Diaz still away from Thomas. Still with Diaz. Now Matias Choque looking to come past Tran on his left to Schlemmer. Skillfully done as a shot, and De Lemos gets down and saves that one. Brings it into his control, and ball comes wide to Tran. Now to Costa Pereira. Quinlan Tran. De Lemos to McLennan. Got a rifle one forward. Scott Janes can control. Come away from his man and Jacob Gittins. Still with Scott Janes here. Go to Ethan Camero. Picked off there by Tiscornia. Coming back in defence as well was Alejandro Diaz. He can take possession. Look to come past Vong. Thomas with the challenge. Vong with the second ball and just clears his lines. Out of play for a throw. Port Darwin now with the ball. Thrown back to Tiscornia. Mazaresi. Wide ball here, looks for Schlemmer. Be able to pace out across and keep this one alive. Cross ball comes across McLennan. Hapgood will try and pace across in front of Robertson. It works. Momentarily they clash into each other. This could be dangerous here. Mark Casemiro now out of position is Tiscornia. Back out wide here to Mark Casemiro. O'Shea coming, and O'Shea's just able to put it out into touch. Throw in here. Move on with possession. Touch back in there by Janes. Vong coming away from a couple. Spindles out to Janes. Looking to cross it inside. Touched by O'Shea. Agustin Rivero. Away from Janes. He'll try and skip past his man. He's done well. And now it comes out wide. Picked off there by the Rowdies. Ethan Camero. Scott Janes. His ball forward, aimless. Not really finding an option there. It's given away to Gittins for Port Darwin. Looks to the line, finds Schlemmer. Touches back inside now, Mazaresi. Looks across the field, he finds Tiscornia, now Matias Choque. Inside here for Mazaresi. Looking for Choque, but comes out to Tiscornia. Still with Miguel Angel Tiscornia, looking to come past Camero, not quite successful. Robertson and Andrade combine. Back here to Robertson. Tim Robertson with possession. Fronted up there by Mazzaresi. Pokes it wide here. Tiscornia keeps it alive. His ball over the top will try and find Diaz, and the flag does rise to bring that attack under wraps. I believe a drinks break will be signalled now by the referee, so an opportunity for both sides to hydrate for a moment. At this short break, we'd like to thank Diamond Barbers, of course, 4 locations across Perat, Pelhamac, the Darwin CBD and Coringa. Ward Keller, experts in family and criminal law, as well as domestic violence. You can contact them on 1-800-978-360. It's 1-800-978-360. Steel Line and NTF. Steel Line service over and above, and NTF, your local construction supplier. Fresh Point Cafe and Darwin Olympic Sporting Club. As mentioned, this is round 5, road safety round. One of the most deadly things to happen on our roads there. Entirely preventable. It's the second biggest killer of all Australians between 15 and 24, the biggest children under 15. So that drinks break finishing, and play will look to be resumed. CASUARINA ball. Thomas short to Camero. Bo Thomas, Robertson. Here is Vong. Back to Danilo Lemos. Now Thomas. Pokes it forward. Mazzaresi picks it off, but it comes out to Camero. Habgood getting involved again. Matias Choque looks to come wide. Vong picks it up. And now Andrade comes away with possession for the Rowdies. Casemiro. Back to Vong. He comes here to Jacob Andrade, and now Ethan Camero. Wider it goes. Quinlan Tran. Robertson getting involved. Ball comes across here, Jacob Andrade. Gonna come away from Diaz. Referee says play on. As it spirals out of play, and Port Darwin will come forward with a throw. Tiscornia in for Hapgood. Now Mazzaresi. Copanat. Here is Gittins. Now Eric Schlemmer. Wider for Gittins. Coming down this line. Crossing the ball in. Thomas heads away momentarily. Copanat coming in with Robertson, but Robertson wins that one. The run is on here. Tim Robertson with acres of space. Forces it wide to Scott Janes now. He's crossed into the box. Looks for Casemiro. Heads across goal. Port Darwin escape for the moment. Copanat comes away with the ball. Now Alejandro Diaz. Hapgood coming in short. Receives possession. Now Luca Copanat. Drifts it wide to Gittins. Gittins still takes away from Quinlan Tran. Looking to go wide for Eric Schlemmer. His first time ball is ineffective, but as is McLennan's clearance. Better by Andre. Now Mazarezi looks to come wide. Vong heads across to Bo Thomas. Poking in there is Hapgood. Matias Choque, shot off balance there. Referee says nothing in that. McLennan to Ethan Camara. Wider here for Robertson. Now Ethan Camara. Thrusts it wide, looking for Casemiro, but then he finds Tiscornia. Alejandro Diaz, away from Vong. Looking to get through to Hapgood, not quite able to keep onto it. Camaro. Andre. Away from the challenge of Diaz. Referee says free kick in there. This will be a Rowdy's ball. Now they'll look to play it forward. In the ball goes. Sun in the eyes as it comes into a dangerous area. Agustin Rivero shepherds it down to Scornia with the clearance, and now here comes Quinlan Tran from distance. Fancies an attempt, and that one's well wide. Just out of play for a goal kick. Hoof by O'Shea. Here is Andre. Dispossessed there. Gittins comes away with for Port Darwin. Schlemmer looking to combine. Gittins away from his man in Quinlan Tran. And he can burst down wide here. Jacob Gittins, pacey customer. His cross blocked as it came into the box. Schlemmer away from his man. Still with Eric Schlemmer. Opportunity. And De Lemos makes the capture. Safe one as well. Rolls it short to Vong. Vong for Robertson. Andre. Back to Robertson. Wider it goes to Costa Pereira, but it's kicked away. Gittins throws in. We'll have a second chance to do it. Blocked off a Rowdy's defender. Gittins now inside. Quinlan Tran picks it up, allows it to come forward for Robertson. Mark Casemiro now away from Tiscornia. Still with Mark Casemiro here. Dangerous threat on this left-hand side. Given away Schlemmer. Cobanat back to Eric Schlemmer. Away from Robertson. Now Matias Choque. That spills out of play for a throw-in. Popona. Mazarezi. And here for Matias Choquet. Facundo Mazarezi. His ball comes across. Agustin Rivero. Wider it goes. Looking forward to Scornia. Flag stays down. Inside finds Alejandro Diaz. Chance to lift it into the box. Back post here. And De Lemos looking to rise up, and Hapgood couldn't quite be in the right spot as it trails out behind for a goal kick. Short one to Thomas. Camero. Robertson. Comes away from Matias Choquet. Camero, good awareness there. Robertson back to McLennan. Cross goal to Bo Thomas. Thomas forward, looking for Costa Pereira. Gittins gets in there as well. Mazarezi looking to poke it forward. Thomas gets the slide in, throws it off course. Diaz was threatening there. Play by Vong, just into touch, so throw into Port Darwin. Matias Choquet combining there with Cobonat. Diaz, cross for Schlemmer. We're going to poke it forward there. Diaz will make the run. Still with Diaz, past Vong. Inside ball, comes across, and it's a save. Good volley there by Hapgood. And De Lemos is able to make the gather. Pauses for a moment. Short here to Quinlan Tran. Now McLennan. Quinlan Tran to Camero. James. Robertson. Less than 10 minutes of regulation time to go. Scores level on the North Crest scoreboard. Could say the best chance just fell to Hapgood of the game. Schultz not yet called into a save for the Wharfies. Tran. Andrade. Come away from Cobonat. Robertson looking for Janes. Given away. Schlemmer for Port Darwin. Ball over the top is on. Diaz takes the touch. Looking to come away from Thomas. Matias Choquet as well. Matias Choquet away from Camero. Still with Choquet inside. Vong and Camero combine. Mazarezi. Ball forward for Matias Choquet. Can't quite keep it in, and it will go out of play harmlessly for a goal kick. Camero. Andrade. Back to Vong. Now Thomas. De Lemos. Back to Thomas. Ball forward, looking to come through a couple, but it will drift all the way back to Agustin Rivero of Port Darwin. Mazarezi finds Tiscornia. Ball forward there. Thomas takes possession down. And now it is Andrade. Tipped attempt. Touch on there by Componate, but it comes out to Robertson. Quinlan Tran asked to scurry wide for this one. Keeps it in. Now, Braden McLennan. Picked off there by Mazzaresi. Hapgood takes the touch. Now Companat looking to accelerate away. Luca Companat. Now Schlemmer. His ball into the box is wayward. Only goes out and behind for the goal kick. So CASUARINA will come the other way. Down to Lemos. Looks it forward. Header in there, challenged by Janes, and O'Shea sees it out, so it goes inside. McLennan. Ball played forward. Janes some hard running. Agustin Rivera, big swing and a miss. Toscornia is able to come away here, pressured by Casemiro. Still with Miguel Angel Toscornia. And to get a touch off the Rowdy there, so Port Darwin throw. Ball played forward for Diaz. Collides with Camero. Throw in now. Agustin Rivero. Ball played forward. Rises as McLennan. Gittins gets first to it. Now Mazzaresi. Now Toscornia. Space to drive. Beyond Vong. Toscornia. Camero's there, but given away to Companat. He has a strike from distance, and that one goes behind. Got a touch off it as well, so we'll go out and behind for a corner. So with less than 5 minutes to go, Port Darwin have a set piece here. Ball comes inside, collected by De Lemos. Robertson forward, good slide by Toscornia. Diaz. Here is Diaz still against Vong. Vong wins well. Vong needs an option. Likes to go back to Camero. Looks forward. Curling ball. Looks to find Mark Casemiro in space as well. Mark Casemiro across goal to Janes, and he puts it into an open net. It's the opener for the Rowdies. Exactly what they would have wanted. Scott Janes, first game back in 2023 after, I believe, missing season 2022 due to health complications, come back in. Served on a platter, it has to be said, by Mark Casemiro, who notches the assist, and Scott Janes scores, puts the Rowdies up 1-0. A little disappointed Port Darwin might be, perhaps. They've been very good in this half. Mazzaresi. Referee didn't quite blow for kick-off, so taken again. Mazzaresi. Third time lucky, perhaps. Scott Janes getting a little too excited there. Now Mazzaresi. Wide here to Toscornia. Hapgood. Back for Agustin Rivera. Away from Casemiro. Tiscornia. Long heads. Tiscornia. Companat. Mazarezi. Curling ball. Aiden DaCosta Pereira can pick it off and he can drive. Pace to burn as well. Aiden DaCosta Pereira, here he goes down the centre half. Comes out wide to Janes, has a touch and looks for a drive. Oh, and that's off the bar. And it goes in.
Hello.
It's a goal for CASUARINA. They have their second. And Scott Janes rockets home. A double in as many minutes. And CASUARINA look well on their way, approaching the half-time whistle. Looked to be Aiden DaCosta Pereira, I believe, who got the assist for that one. We'll see if the replay comes through. Two 2-0 the score nonetheless. Copenat. Tiscornia. Rivero. Yes, Choquet. So hit, bang, bang there, Port Darwin. Only a couple minutes to go. They've conceded 2 Scott Janes goals. And very much behind, look to be going in the break, but here is a running Schlemmer. Turns away from Quinlan Tran. Can he get a cross into the box? He can, but Danilo De Lemos can make a comfortable gather. Roll quick to Robertson. Wong to Thomas. Lemos short to McLennan. About to tick over the end of regulation time. To Lemos. McLennan. McLennan, long ball here. Looking to find Mark Casemiro. Chance here. Nice touch. Scott Janes could be through here. Still with Janes, and the shot goes over the bar. Goal kick. Referee says he's had enough, and that brings us to the end of the first 45 minutes. CASUARINA going into the break with a 2-0 lead, courtesy of a Scott Janes double in the 42nd and 3rd minute. Very quick goals. We'll see CASUARINA have a 2-0 advantage going into the halftime break. We'll have a short intermission and be with you with the second half, not far away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Moments away from getting this second half kicked off and underway. The break, it's CASUARINA with a 2-0 advantage over Port Darwin. 2 Scott Janes goals at the very end. Having that result in the balance of the Rowdies at the moment. Just the one change at the half. Eric Schlemmer coming off for Port Darwin, and on in his place is going to be number 10. That's Sebastian Mazzaresi. Round 5, road safety round. And CASUARINA to go right to left on your screens in this second half. Referee ready to get us underway. And it will be Scott Janes to get us kicked off and going. And off we go. Ethan Camero with possession. Back across here. Finds Braden McLennan. Now Thomas. Sending it forward. Back across. It's dangerous. Danilo De Lemos comes out and quells the danger. Componat out wide to Diaz. Now Luca Componat. It'll go through beyond Quinlan Tran, and that one will skip out of play. Harmlessly for a Port Darwin throw. Quick first time. Coming back, looking for Mazzaresi. Dispossessed, but Gittins has it now. O'Shea. Here is Agustin Rivero. Further wide and across for Tiscornia. Luca Componat. Mazzaresi. To Tiscornia with space to drive, and he drives very, very high. Out of play and behind for a goal kick. CASUARINA ball. Driven forward now by De Lemos. Nice long cleared clearance. So Shea with the header. Rivero further behind. Schultz comes and clears his lines. Robertson heads down. Scott Janes holds it up. Does very well. Finds Aiden Da Costa Pereira in space, but the offside flag rises to deny him. And so will be an offside free kick in favour of Port Darwin. Mazzaresi looks to send it wide, but Vong cuts it off. Bounces up in front of Andrade. Camero. Back he goes to Thomas. Ethan Camero. Now Braden McLennan. Here is McLennan still, looking for a line ball. Quinlan Tran will sprint across. Gittins gets there well. Good challenge from Jacob Gittins too. He's able to put it out into touch. Costa Pereira. Back for McLennan. Cross here, given away. Here is Alejandro Diaz. Now Sebastian Mazzaresi, all given away. Back to Danilo De Lemos. Bo Thomas. Bo Thomas. Danilo De Lemos. Still with the CASUARINA centre half. Gittins. Camero looking to come away from Gobernati. Has possession. Ethan Camero. Back to Danilo Telemos. Come forward is McLennan. Scott Janes combining with Tran. Janes receives it off Tran. Looking inside and outside. Tackled. Referee says play on. Quinlan Tran arrives. Still with Quinlan Tran held up. Referee says play on. Robertson for CASUARINA. Looking to come down this left-hand side. Continues with the passage of play because it is a CASUARINA throw. Just another ball required here, which will come inbound. James held up by O'Shea. Matthias Choque. Done well by Mazarese. Matthias Choque away from Andrade. Casemiro now arriving. Vong tried to get into there and didn't get a touch. Almost faked it through. So CASUARINA throw as we've played just over 5 minutes of this second half now. Thomas now for CASUARINA to Robertson with possession, advancing forward. Finds Casemiro in this far hand side. Back inside for Robertson. Now Vong. Thomas. Camero given away. Port Darwin can come forward now. Hapgood dinks it into space for Alejandro Diaz to drive. Still with Diaz, keeps it alive. Inside, but too far beyond Sebastian Mazarese. Ethan Camero. The other way by Rivero. Sebastian Mazarese. Given away to Aiden Da Costa Pereira. Danilo De Lemos. Bo Thomas. Ethan Camero. Still with Ethan Camero. Back by Casemiro. Vong to Thomas. De Lemos out of his box to receive. Bo Thomas. Alejandro Diaz. Chance here, Hapgood's in some space. Advances on its left, has a shot, and it's blocked off by McLennan. So out of play for a corner. Chance for Port Darwin to get one back here and really make this game interesting. Driven in by Mazarese. Headed the other way by Robertson. Driven cross inside. Robertson heads the other way. Gittins from distance, blocked off there. Thomas clears it up into the air. O'Shea with the header. Da Costa Pereira to Robertson. Back to Da Costa Pereira. Casemiro gets involved. Now Aiden Da Costa Pereira looks to come away from Agustin Rivero. Contact came, so he's able to keep it alive. Thomas. Vong back to Thomas. Now Robertson. Andrade. Quinlan Tran. McLennan to Andrade. Robertson still with possession, held up a second time. Referee says play on. Instead, I think this ball might come back. For a free kick to CASUARINA. So a chance for the Rowdies to add a third. Good field position. Good man behind the ball as well, Ethan Camero. Short delivery, whipped in. Cleared out first time. Andrade heads back inside. Rivera forward. Thomas. From distance, Bo Thomas. A lot of power as well, just a little too high. No danger for the goalkeeper that time. Rivera. Also forward. Azarezi. Companat. Still with Luca Companat. Camero. Back to McLennan. Quinlan Train. McLennan goes further back, all the way to his goalkeeper. To Lemos to McLennan. Robertson, pressured there. Forces all the way back to De Lemos. Still with Danilo De Lemos. Robertson pokes it forward. Agustin Rivera. Mazarezi. Andrade wins that one against Facundo Mazarezi. Tim Robertson looking to come through here. Heading to Costa Pereira's got pace, but so does Gittins. He gets to it and puts it wide. So out of play now. And substitution here for CASUARINA. Coming off here now, it's going to be James Vong. And on in his place is Lucas Kamara. There's a foul in there as well. Yellow card will come out. Against Companat. Brought Robertson to ground. So free kick to CASUARINA here. Comes Camero, good delivery. Headed out by Gittins, falls to the feet of Mark Casemiro. Couple Wolfies with him. Good spin by Casemiro, looking to come back inside. Referee says play on. Port Down looking to come the other way. Matias Choque down the line for Alejandro Diaz. Takes this away from Thomas. Kamara's there as well. Alejandro Diaz. Still with Diaz. His ball now across. Finds Hapgood as a strike, and that one will come directly to Danilo De Lemos. Lucas Kamara. Thomas. Andrade to Thomas. Tran. Back to Danilo de Lemos. Tran to McLennan. Good applying pressure, but not enough. Danilo de Lemos takes it and goes wide. Lucas Kamara takes possession well. Forward by Mazarezi, giving possession away. Robertson to Kamara. Now McLennan. He has possession. He comes wide. Finds Aiden DaCosta Pereira. Now Quinlan Tran. Tran to James. Bundled to ground. Referee says play on. Augustin Rivero. Mark Casemiro now. It's forward with possession. Andrade. Ethan Camero. Less than half an hour to go here. It's CASUARINA with a 2-0 advantage. Kamara. Ball driven into the box. O'Shea arrives and pokes it out. Quinlan Tran. Come through to Robertson here. James is in some space. Robertson with a strike, and it goes over the bar. Not quite the finish required. Defense here, Port Darwin. Descornia. Looks wide here. Diaz with possession. Back to Descornia. Diaz. Takes possession wide. Cross comes into the box. Danilo de Lemos collects. And Coppernate off the bar. Hapgood strikes and Danilo de Lemos can save. Golden opportunity there for Port Darwin to get one back. Not able to do so. And player's gone down with injury here. Looks like Quinlan Tran. Doesn't look at all good. Some attention required. It looks to be a double change for Port Darwin to come as well. And also a double sub for CASUARINA. Jacob Andrade comes from the field to be replaced by Vong. Hapgood to come off for Deng Jock. Coming off the field as well as Facundo Mazarezi. He's going to be replaced by Sean Carter. Looks like Ryan Newell has also entered the fray for perhaps Quinlan Tran, who's still down behind play. So we resume. Thomas. Vong. To Thomas. Now Kamara. Further wide, looking for Newell. Robertson will run out to this one. Nice ball inside. Finds Ryan Newell. Now Scott Janes. Newell's continue the run, but Janes goes to the other side. Looks for Mark Casemiro. He'll find him as well. Casemiro. Here is Ryan Newell. Inside ball. Booted away. Only as far as Aiden Acosta Pereira. His ball comes back post. Robertson's made the run. Cross comes across. Janes heads, and it's wide. Couldn't have had a better opportunity to complete his hat-trick there. Schultz will be lucky to see that one go behind. O'Shea. Carter to Gittins. Inside for Sebastian Mazzaresi. His ball's given away here to Scott Janes. Good flick on for Vong. Just Scornia gets to it. Robertson. Mark Casemiro. Casemiro brought to ground. Cross there was McLennan. Back to Thomas. And now Kamara. Newell. Camero. De Lemos. To McLennan. Forward can come the Rowdies from this plate. Look to build it up slowly. Kamara. Thomas. Dean jocked in there with Alejandro Diaz. Kamara back to Danilo De Lemos. Now McLennan. Looks to drive it forward for Janes. DaCosta Pereira receives possession. Going back to Costa Pereira to McLennan. Looks for a wider ball. Lucas Kamara is out there. He'll take possession down. Forward here for Newell. Now Ethan Camero. Robertson. Ethan Camero. McLennan to Thomas. Thomas will search forward. He'll find Ryan Newell. And Robertson's there. Looking to help it on further for Vong. Not quite the gas to get out to it. Vong, even though he's just been substituted. Schultz to Carter. Sean Carter forward. Finds Copernat. Sean Carter. Gittins. Mazzaresi. Giving possession away. Here's Scott Janes. Ethan Camero. Chance for the Rowdies. Looking to come back to Scott Janes. Offside flag rises. Just a little too late, that pass. So possession surrendered. O'Shea knocks it long. Finds Alejandro Diaz. Still with Diaz. Brought to ground. Referee says free kick. Diaz stays to ground. So attention's required as well for Alejandro Diaz. So that'll come from the sidelines. Getting back to his feet slowly. Bit of a painful challenge. Also, many thanks again to Diamond Barbers. 4 locations around the NT. Parap, Bellamac, the Darwin CBD, and Coolangatta. As well as Ward Keller, experts in family and criminal law, as well as domestic violence. You can reach them on 1-800-978-360, 1-800-978-360. Steel Line service over and above, and NTF, your local construction supplier. Urban Spice and Darwin Olympic Sporting Club for their generous contributions in season 2023. Less than 20 minutes to go now in this contest. Port Darwin have it all to do. They have a free kick. Could this inspire the Wharfies for a resurgence? Sebastian Mazzaresi and Tiscornia over it. Mazzaresi to strike, and it's well over. The referee, I believe, signalling here for the drinks break of the half. So that will allow both teams to have a quick spot of water. Just allow themselves to reset momentarily before we enter the final stanza of this game. The Rowdies on your screen there. It's a Scott Janes double that separates these two teams. They'll be happy to hold on to a 2-0 lead and take the 3 points. It would put them top of the table. Level on games with Hellenic. 3 points clear. Port Darwin would stay exactly where they are. Don't want to fall too far off the pace, of course, in what is to be a very interesting season. Anyone can beat anyone in this league, and as we saw last night, of course, University of Zurich picking up 3 points against Hellenic, 5-4. That kicked off this round. Playing to be resumed now here. Play is resumed. And who forward? Robertson. Going to come away from Carter. Robertson poking it forward for Mark Casemiro. Looks to come away from Gittins. Still with Mark Casemiro. Advancing forward. Cross comes inside. Lowly driven. Tiscornia to Janes, and he scores. And that's a hat-trick for Scott Janes. Made them pay. Completes a wonderful hat-trick in his first game back. Season 2023. Scott Janes, opportunistic as you like. Can say he's been at the right place at the right time for all of his goals this afternoon, and dream return for him on a personal note. And that pretty much we'll see CASUARINA home this afternoon. DaCosta Pereira, could be more. Mark Casemiro coming forward with possession against Mazarese. Free kick pulled in there, so CASUARINA can come forward. It's DaCosta Pereira over this one. Nicely weighted. Thomas heads it. Robertson strikes, and that's another one. It's getting worse now for Port Darwin. A Thomas header for a Robertson goal. Good ball has to be said here on the replay by DaCosta Pereira. Nicely weighted. That Thomas, right place, and Robertson, the right strike, finds the goal. And Port Darwin have had 2 lapses of concentration in this game, one in the first half and one in the second half, and it's cost them 2 goals both times. So they've been good for most of this game, Port Darwin, but they've just switched off at 2 vital moments for a couple minutes at the time, and it's cost them 4 times here. And that's a sloppy pass from Carter, out of play. Frustration, fatigue setting in for the Wharfies. CASUARINA raced away to a 2-0 lead due to Scott Janes in the first half, and now they've raced away to a 4-0 lead, courtesy of a Scott Janes hat-trick and a Tim Robertson finish inside the box. Port Darwin, though, get us underway. Matias Choque, away from Kamara. Wider it goes through the legs of Diaz. And now Vong. Robertson pokes it wide here. Here is Ryan Newell. His ball wide. Might come to Janes here. Combanak gets involved now. Declan O'Shea, rocked back by Matias Choque, combines well with Carter. And now Choque, wide to Mazarese. Mazarese, nicely weighted. Matias Choque forward. Deng Jok trying to arrive, and the referee decides it's a Port Darwin throw. And so he will come forward now. Gittins with the delivery. Here is Robertson. DaCosta Pereira. McLennan. Camara. Kamara. Back to Thomas. Challenge there on Vongway Rivera, and so CASUARINA throw. Moved forward by Thomas over the head of O'Shea. Casemiro will come out to this, so will Schultz. He'll get to it. Pokes it straight to DaCosta Pereira. Now McLennan. Cross for Bo Thomas. Now Lucas Kamara. He looks to come forward. Ryan Newell. Loses possession out. Now Port Darwin can hit away. Matias Choque. Jock coming through the middle. Matias Choque still with Matias Choque. Pokes it wide to Sebastian Mazarese. Looking to put it into the box perhaps. Combines with Jock. Deng Jock still. Wide for Sebastian Mazarese. Cross comes into the box. And Danilo de Lemos can make the comfortable claim. And substitution here for Port Darwin. And for CASUARINA. Alejandro Diaz to come from the field for Port Darwin. He's going to be replaced by number 2, that's Callan Summers. come off for CASUARINA will be Tim Robertson, goal scorer for the fourth, and on in his place, Gordon Pereira, the club captain, coming on to see these final 10 minutes home. Lemos throws in front. Moves it forward. Gittins back towards goal, just able to squeeze it out of play. Throw in for CASUARINA to Costa Pereira. In for James. Scott James put to ground, and Port Darwin can come away, but Gordon Pereira gets there. Dane Jock trying to put under pressure to Costa Pereira. And free kick in there. So I'll look to defending this one now, Port Darwin. Chance for CASUARINA once again. It's Gordon Pereira over this delivery. In comes Gordon Pereira, low done, and Camero couldn't quite adjust his body to hit that with the conviction he would have liked. Short by Port Darwin here. Rivero. Matias Choque. To Rivero. Ball over the top, looks for Summers. Finds him. His pass might work out. He'll roll the way through a Dilemos though. Calm collection. Hoofs it forward, given away to Luca Companat. Shot from distance by Companat, and Danilo Dilemos scurried across and was able to take that into his clutches. Pressure being put on McLennan there. He's done well there, Jock. Gittins away from Casemiro and Pereira. Here is Carter. Ball heads wide. Matias Choque. Further across and wide it looked to go for Mazzaresi, but Aiden DeCosta Pereira just sees it out into touch. Coming away now, Casemiro. Cleared off the Port Darwin player. Unfortunately for the Rowdies, it came back off. Black and white shirt, so defending duties up for CASUARINA. It's a Port Darwin corner. Mazzaresi short. Matias Choque. Delivery into the box. Jock rises off the hand of McLennan. Referee says play on. Sebastian Mazzaresi trying to get back inside the box. Gittins wide. Matias Choque. Sebastian Mazzaresi overcooked the pass, unfortunately, Choque, and so not able to get to it. Out of play. It will be a throw-in for CASUARINA, taken to McLennan. Hoofs it forward. James touches down well. Mark Casemiro away from Gittins. They're going to come away from Companat as well. Instead, Gittins had other ideas. Given away to Camero, though. Still with Ethan Camero now. Casemiro, free kick for CASUARINA. Taken quickly. Braden McLennan. To Costa Pereira. Companat picks it off, but Gordon Pereira can come in with a challenge. Gittins as well, second one. Carter. Bo Thomas. Lucas Kamara. in space is found. And now Ethan Camara goes wide to Kamara. Kamara coming forward, combining well with Vong. And now Ryan Newell. Referee might signal advantage he has. Ryan Newell bundled over. Referee says play on. Now comes Gordon Pereira. Bo Thomas gets the challenge in. Braden McLennan now for the Rowdies will dip it forward. Here is Vong. Now Discornia. Jock. Goes wide here. Looking for Summers. Combining with Jock. Thomas will arrive. He'll look to continue possession. Ryan Newell put a ball over the top. Gittins gets across to it. Quells the danger for the moment. Janes challenging in there. Agustin Rivero for Companat. Now Sebastian Mazzaresi. He looks to dink it over the top. McLennan with a smart header. Here is Vong. Gordon Pereira. The Rowdies fancy another. Janes looks to be made a good run. Offside flag rises though. Brings that attack to an abrupt end. Not quite the patience required to be played through on goal that time, Scott Janes. So offside free kick for Port Darwin now. Agustin Rivera. Coming forward with possession. Going to play it adventurously forward. Mark Casemiro for Casuarina. Janes looking to combine. Companat gets to the ball for Port Darwin. Now Mazzaresi. Moving forward the Port Darwin attackers. Matthias Choque as well. Camero getting back to defend. Matthias Choque against DaCosta Pereira. DaCosta Pereira looks to win this battle and he'll just marshal out for a goal kick. So Casuarina for all Port Darwin have been decent in this game. Casuarina, of course, 4 goals to the good, so more than deserved of this result, which, as I said, which will propel them to the top of the table. It'll keep Port Darwin at the moment in 6th. Of course, with Azuri winning last night. So, not all doom and gloom yet, but certainly they'll want to start picking up some points. As the season ticks on. Jock. Coming forward is Deng Jock. Given away to Kamara. Ryan Newell. Looks middle, finds Gordon Pereira. He comes wide. And now Ryan Newell with possession. Heads back for Gordon Pereira. And now Gordon Pereira. And Thomas. Thomas looking wide, finds Kamara. Now Vong. Tackle there by Tiscornia, so ball goes out. We'll stay on for a Casuarina throw. Thomas. Here is Aiden DaCosta Pereira. And instead looks like a late substitution to come here. Final minute of the game. It's not a big cameo, but coming on for a minute there. Marley De Castro, and already told that he has to take his shin guards off, or protectors, that is, the things that keep your shin guards up. Number 9, Marley De Castro on the pitch, receives a touch, dispossessed. Sebastian Mazzaresi. Gordon Pereira. Nicely done from Gordon Pereira, but even better by Tiscornia. In comes Gordon Pereira again. Good win by Tiscornia. Matias Choque to Sean Carter. Spins away from Camero. Carter. Tiscornia. Forward for Jock, but hoofed away by Bo Thomas. Agustin Rivero. Here is Callan Summers. This ball forward, only finds Kamara. Carter again further forward. Thomas. Now Gordon Pereira. Looking wide for Newell. Janes through the legs. Ryan Newell. Back for Vong. Not long left in this one now, as Thomas has possession. Wide to Kamara. Back inside for Gordon Pereira. Thomas. Back to Danilo de Lemos. Regulation times ticked over. Not long at all, I think, will be afforded by the referee. Been a couple of changes in the second half and 2 goals, but not many delays whatsoever. McLennan. Camara. Companat wins the header. Here is Matias Choque. Thomas the other way. Declan O'Shea. To come forward, given away to Aiden Da Costa Pereira. Gordon Pereira. Carter gets the touch in. Matias Choque. Sebastian Mazzaresi down for Gittins. Keeps it alive for the moment. Luca Companat. Ball into the box. Thomas clears it out. Companat back to Gittins. Cross comes into the box. Choque gets the touch. Lucas Kamara the other way. Now Ryan Newell. Will he get there first? No, he doesn't. Tiscornia. He'll put pressure on, though, Ryan Newell, and wins it eventually. Tiscornia down the line. Might come out to Matias Choque. It does. Referee has a look at the watch as Port Darwin have possession. Now Sebastian Mazzaresi. Luca Companat to Mazzaresi. Still with Mazzaresi here. Back to Callan Summers. It comes back. Agustin Rivero. Cross here for Declan O'Shea. Looks to come away from Marley De Castro, but the referee's seen enough and brings this game to a conclusion. Convincing result for the Rowdies. 2 moments of a lapse in concentration either half sees 2 goals scored in a blink of an eye. It was a hat-trick to Scott Janes before a Tim Robertson goal added the 4th. 3 points for the Rowdies. We'll see them go top of the table. Port Darwin will play Hellenic next Saturday at this time. CASUARINA the bye. We'll have a break here, and there'll be more men's Premier League football coming up later on at 8 o'clock. Until then, stay safe.